Please turn your sound on to hear full explanations of our answers. Thank you. Question is, can tinnitus improve over time? And the answer to that question is that it won't improve on its own. It's not like your body can heal tinnitus on its own, but there is a lot that you can do yourself to get relief from your tinnitus. Tinnitus, the primary cause of it, or the necessary aspect of it, is that there is some level of hearing damage. Your hearing gets damaged over a number of years, or there may be a few one-off events that cause even more damage, and those need to happen in order to have tinnitus. Although not everyone with hearing damage gets tinnitus. So hearing damage is irrecoverable. You cannot repair it. We haven't figured out a way how to transplant the necessary parts of your ear that would fix your hearing, and that's why your body can't heal tinnitus, because it can't heal your damaged hearing. Now, however, there is a lot that you can do yourself. Really, it's a two-pronged approach. The first is to reduce your tinnitus intensity by changing various little things in your life. Small changes to your diet, your lifestyle, your environment, and also taking a few key supplements as well. It can help you altogether to knock off your tinnitus intensity 2 or 3 points. So if you have an intensity of like 7 or 8 right now, then you could get down potentially to like 4 or 5 or thereabouts. The other thing that you can do is also, it's a strategy to learn how to basically accept your tinnitus. And let me explain what this is, because it's not defeatism, okay? This is a completely different thing. With tinnitus, when you hear the symptoms, the ringing in your ears, as you can hear right now, there's 2 ways to deal with it. One is to let it aggravate you, okay? And if you let it aggravate you, then you may well know already that when you're stressed, when you're aggravated, that tinnitus gets worse. So if it gets worse, it's going to aggravate you even more, and you're going to get stressed out more, and it's going to go up again. And what happens is you get a very vicious circle, quite rapid. Usually happens over a few years, a handful of years. People who let tinnitus really stress them out will find that it gets much worse very, very quickly. Now, the alternative to that is to not let it affect you. And I always make an analogy. It's like being in an airplane with a baby near you, and the baby is wailing quite loud. It's just crying. And if you look around, there's 2 types of people really. There's some who get annoyed by it. It's a long flight, and the longer it goes on, the more they get annoyed. And they look like, it's almost like they have an itch that they just can't scratch. They get really quite annoyed by the end of the flight. And then you'll notice there are other people who just don't get annoyed by it. They notice it at first, and then they don't let it affect them. And they carry on in their own reality, doing their own things, and even though this noise is going on in the background, they don't really realize that it's there anymore. It's maybe occasionally they sort of stop and think, oh yeah, that baby's still going. But for the most part, they're just doing their own thing, talking to their own partners or friends or co-workers, maybe reading a book, doing something else. They don't have to actually physically block out the noise with earplugs or anything like that. They're just able to ignore it. And this is actually what you can do with your tinnitus. You can make it such an insignificant part of your life that your mind, your brain no longer focuses on it. It almost becomes like it doesn't exist anymore. And it's a real technique that you can learn, and many tinnitus sufferers have learned this. And it's when you lower your intensity and you also use these techniques, then you can effectively be cured in many cases. That's how people regard themselves as. They regard themselves as being cured, because tinnitus is just not a problem for them. So I hope this video was interesting for you, and if you are interested in this 2-pronged approach, then I just want to make a recommendation. I'll put a link in the description box down below, and if you click on that link, it'll take you to a website that actually has a full step-by-step method for this 2-pronged approach, the accepting your tinnitus and reducing the intensity by changing various factors in your diet, lifestyle, environment, and a few key supplements. So I honestly believe that you can gain some real great relief if you go there, follow the instructions, and incorporate them into your life, and make a serious effort with it. then I can almost guarantee that you're going to have a much vastly improved quality of life. So please check it out. If your tinnitus is is something you really want to do something about, then this will definitely help you. Just click the link down there. I'll see you soon in my next video. Take care.